Hi, it's April Braswell. It's Friday afternoon. It is August 4th, and I want to hop on and do a quick live. It's Friday afternoon, and a couple things were occurring to me. Because I've had a few mentors over the years, and it's so funny. I remember, I believe it was Bob Beverly, who now probably almost 10 years ago at this point, I remember at a boot camp that we had in Las Vegas with my mentor, Kevin Hogan, who's absolutely awesome. He's the author of The Psychology of Persuasion. And Bob was telling us about how each of us who were there, we were folks who were in the influence and persuasion fields professionally in some way. And he was encouraging each of us to go write a book or put your information out there. Of course, this is 10 years ago, before so many things were available on social media, to start doing that, because that which we think of as easy, because it's easy for us, there are people out there where they're like, they totally can't do that. And I've written now 2 books around dating and midlife dating, because that's something that I absolutely have been an expert at since my mid-late 30s, the early days of online dating. And one of the things I want to focus on particularly is that same skill set now applied in our professional lives. So here it is, Friday afternoon. I've had folks who are themselves, maybe you're a sales professional, maybe you are have a small business, or maybe you're someone who's in corporate. And I had a young woman where we're friends on Facebook, and I can't remember how these things started. The conversation that started sometime over the holidays, because there was all that travel fiasco that was going on. And so we were all making comments and just really connecting over the holidays. And it emerged that she was in Pennsylvania, and I grew up in New Jersey, so I knew the area. And it was one of these things where she was feeling a little unfulfilled in her job, and was just kind of starting to maybe look around a little bit around what maybe I want to do next. And she had no professional network. I literally took the time. It's just those first couple of days of the new year when everything is incredibly slow anyway. So I think it was something like a Sunday afternoon. I was like, well, let's connect on Zoom and just really connect. And I walked her through some of those simple things you can do to start building your network, or in her case, building and reviving your network when you're in a corporate job. And you can take the same thing then if you're a business owner or you're in sales. And I'm just going to take this one tactic because it's Friday afternoon. I don't want to cover everything right now. Please chime in the comments and say hi, and let me know where you're listening from, so I can know when people are watching. And if they're I've had friends who are in the UK, and folks who are in Australia, the Philippines, who are here in the States. Please chime in the comments. Let me know where you're listening from so I can connect. And my tip for today, the strategy is pick one thing. And I have folks also, because I'm sober 5.5 years. One of my specialties is sober coaching, sober mentoring folks. And sometimes I just do a lot of those stuff just to be gracious and free. That it's networking also when we go to meetings, because we're all good networking is we're building relationships. We're building friendships in a way. So apply this to whatever sphere you're in. And if you're in program, you're like, I'm so too new, I can't even think of anything. Go to a meeting, connect with a few people, see who's going out for coffee afterwards, or ask, hi, I'd love to go out for coffee after the meeting. Would anyone go with me for the next half hour or so? I just need to practice some of my skills. You can say that at the most rudimentary level. For us professionals, is pick one event. If you're in the corporate realm and you're thinking, I don't really know anyone, pick one event. And the one that I'm doing this weekend, I actually have a couple things, but the one that was really like the foundation for me for the weekend is a friend of mine now for, I think, almost 3.5, almost 4 years this November. I met him just before the pandemic. Married man. When I say him, we're both like professionals, and he is so wonderful. He's going to be the speaker at what is a VA event at the American Legion. I think it's the American Legion Hall, or American Legion Post in Newport Beach, Saturday morning. It's the first Saturday of every month. They have a veterans coffee connection time. go to Meetup, go to Nextdoor, see if there's something like that for you. That's just one event this weekend that is simple. I think it's even free technically. We'll be buying coffee or things like that. I know the Post always needs a little fundraising while we're there, so even if we're not technically buying anything, everyone's going to be slipping in some 5s and 10s into the donations jar, and that's always appropriate that we give back to where we are. So see if you can find one event that you can attend this weekend and then have the simplest of goals. Now, I'm a professional. I'm going in with I'm aiming to meet, well, I want to meet a lot of people every weekend. I'm aiming to meet the women in particular. I'm aiming to make 10 new real connections, probably meet more people than that, but aiming for 10 for real connections. And for you, if you're really more, I'm just starting out, I'm just starting to build my professional network or reviving my professional network now that it's post-pandemic, is aim for 3 people. Have a conversation with at least 5, but just aim for really finding 3 you resonate with for something, for some reason. Don't worry too much early on about, are they the perfect fit for me? Will they be able to introduce me to a hiring manager or anything like that? A lot of it is to start building our connections, building our network with folks in our spheres, folks in our industries, or in our sphere of influence. So pick one event, 5 people, 3 real, and have a great weekend. Chime in the comments later. Let me know which one you're picking. If there's an event you found, if you're like, I still need some help on that, could you give me a couple more ideas? And I'm happy to do so. But number 1, drop in the comments where you're watching from and have an awesome connecting weekend. It's April Braswell.